one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
This story comes to us from Fox 13, Salt Lake City. An officer with the Salt Lake City, Utah Police Department shot and killed a dog last week, and video from a neighbor's doorbell camera shows what happened. Salt Lake City Police Department confirmed that the dog died after being shot by the officer near 1625 South Main Street.
This was the scene last Thursday evening near 1625 South Main Street in Salt Lake City. Even several days later, neighbors like Denise Rogers still can't believe it happened.
It's been really traumatic.
They said the officer had stopped to speak to a group of people but had no further background information. The police department says the officer fired his weapon after the dog charged at them. Fox 13 News obtained footage from a neighbor's Ring doorbell camera, and it shows the officer pulling up in the patrol vehicle, then running over to the side of the road. A dog is then seen running toward the officer, barking, at which point the officer draws his weapon and fires 3 shots while backpedaling. Because pepper spray won't work, I guess. Salt Lake City PD says the incident is under investigation. And even though the officer fired their weapon multiple times, this does not qualify as an officer-involved critical incident. Listen to this. Because the officer shot an animal, not a human. Even several days later, neighbors like Denise Rogers still can't believe it happened. She said it's been really traumatic, especially watching the video and seeing how many times he shot the dog. She feels like it was unnecessary. Most cases, it is unnecessary. Said the dog doesn't look like it was a threat. There could have been a different situation, possibly tasing him. And it scares me because the bullet could have ricocheted and possibly hurt somebody else. It's just dangerous, she said. Yeah, it's just, to me, it almost seems reckless. It's just shooting. What if it hit the pavement and bounced up and hit somebody, the round? But not only that, in most cases, it's unnecessary. I'll give you a couple quick stories. These are quick, but as an animal control officer, we were on a call once, and a dog angrily jumped on a fence and went, ah, and he started to try to come over the fence. And a deputy was with us from the Yucaipa PD, and he pulled out pepper spray and went psh, just in the air, and the dog's like, and he backed up. And the deputy goes, "That's how it's done." And we kept walking down the street. And I, you know, I would condone that pepper spray because that dog looked like he's coming over. Like he had his back paws up on the gate, on the gate, and he was like pushing up. He wasn't looking too happy. The cop didn't draw his gun. He just sprayed pepper spray and the dog kind of snorted like, and then another story I'll tell you, it's really quick. So I get a call for a loose Rottweiler, and he's running around in the neighborhood loose, and they called the police, and the police said, "Can you guys bring an animal control officer out here? His dog is a big Rottweiler." So I get out there, and the Rottweiler's standing in the yard, and I get my catch pole, which, is a big pole, and it has a leash at the end, and you can zip it around the dog. You don't have to make it tight, and in most cases, you never made it tight, but it was so the dog, like a leash, it's flexible. They can come at you. With a catch pole, if you get a dog that all of a sudden turns aggressive, you can control it and go, da, bud, now you're going to walk to the truck. Come on. So because it's a metal pole and they can't attack you, but you can still, as a leash, lead and guide them. Anyway, I digress. So I got my catch pole out. I ended up using a leash, by the way. So as I'm walking, because I had leashes in a little case on my belt, had a couple leashes I always kept there. So I get out of the truck. I'm walking to the Rottweiler. He turns to me. His little nub is going, and I look, and the cop's got a shotgun. I'm like, dude, can you wait till I'm off the front yard before you go shooting that thing? And I walk up to the dog. I throw a leash, not a catch pole, over him. As he puts his head up by me, I go, "Come on, bud." And I walk him to the truck. I put my hand under his what we would call armpits, but his front paws, legs, lift, and he climbs up into the truck. We took him to the animal shelter. Of course, he was claimed later. But I hear that. I'm like, dude, not while I'm standing next to this dog. And that's just how they are sometimes. Cops get so scared and they go, well, I have a gun, so I can protect myself. You also have a taser. Well, most cops carry a taser. Practically every cop carries OC spray, pepper, whatever. But that they don't go to pepper spray. They don't go to taser. Immediate gun. Bullets help. Yeah, so does a taser. So does not only that, if a dog is charging you, the first response, if you yell, stop right there. A lot of times the dog will just skid on this. Whoa, like what's wrong with this dude? This dude's crazy, So just raise your voice and yelling. In a lot of cases, the dog will stop for a minute and go, whoa, this dude's nuts. Did he try that? Or did he just pull his gun and fire? Because he's a pussy. What do you all think?